Hey, welcome back to 6th grade social studies. It is going to be an absolutely fantastic week. We are already in the month of October, if you can believe it. Halloween is going to be here before we know it. And Halloween's fun, but not quite as fun as maps are. So let's just postpone all the Halloween talk and get right into map making. Not map making, map reading this time. Last week, we started talking about the 6 major different types of maps that we will do a lot of work with throughout the year. Political maps, physical maps, road maps, economic or resource maps, climate maps, and topographic maps. Sounds like a lot when you say it all at once, but it's really not that bad. So we discussed the differences between those last week. We did some activities on really doing atlas work, how to pull information out of those maps, because that's the most useful part of it. And we're going to continue that this week on Monday and Tuesday. We're going to do different classroom activities where we are breaking down information from those different types of maps and getting the usefulness out of them. On Wednesday, we're going to take an assessment on the different types of maps and how to use them. Then Thursday and Friday, we're going to move into the next unit, which is the 5 themes of geography. Another thing that comes up over and over and over again in social studies. So the 5 themes of geography are location, there's absolute and relative, place, region, movement, and human environment interaction. So we're just going to introduce on Thursday and Friday exactly what those 5 themes of geography are. And then we'll really get into that the following week. In addition to that, we're going to continue on with Europe in our daily geographical skills building. So last week on Friday, the kids took a retake. Anyone that got less than a 3 took the retake on Friday in class. Now, if students still want to retake that quiz, they have all week to do that. They just have to schedule a time after school or before school to come take that quiz. In addition to that, lunches are also available if any student wants to go get their lunch and come down during lunch and do those retakes. And then we'll continue to build on to another 10-question multiple choice. Where are these things? Identifying locations still within Europe. It's just going to be now some physical features and bodies of water, as well as a couple countries. So I'll make a whole nother video on this because there was a few questions. We're going to do this all year with all the continents of the world. They're not gotcha type quizzes. They're not a trick whatsoever. It's just that constant repetition, understanding these major parts of the world to make it easier as we move forward in social studies to understand the locations of places and then how, like, geopolitically that will all play into effect later on. Not so much this year, but we're setting a foundation. So we'll be doing that all year. There'll always be 10 questions. There will always be a word bank and practice on paper and on the interwebs that students can use. And each week there'll be a random 10 questions, and they'll only be from those out of that word bank. And any student in all assessments, not just these. If students get less than a 3, they have to do at least 1 retake. After that, it's up to them. The onus is on them to do additional work to replace that grade. But since we have the opportunity to replace that grade, it would be great if we did. But anyway, that's what we're doing this week. We're going to continue on with European geography, but the main focus of class is going to be all different types of maps and the 5 themes of geography. It's going to be a fantastic week.